I think I've reached my breaking point. The recent Epstein file stuff, it killed me. It broke me. It made me want to give up. I think the hard pill to swallow here is none of the people who were associated with Epstein the most are going to be punished. I even had people in my comments saying that I was being a defeatist, but I think the sooner we recognize the truth, the easier it is to figure out what's next. And to think that someone like Donald Trump, who is 1 foot out the door already, is going to get punished, they're just not. Just to see images of these young women and to know they'll never have justice, it sucks. I don't know how else to spin this. There's just shit. I felt like I've been underwater these past few weeks. There's a famous painting of a woman standing next to a T-Rex skull, and the title is Two Earthlings. And how could we ever live in the same realm as them? Yet the same walk that I walk every day probably was the commute for a creature that was 10 times my size. When you think of what we share on this planet and who we share it with, it's funny. It could also be scary. It's one of these facts that I think just makes me feel weird inside. There are certain smells, there are certain things that bring me back to some dark times. I associate rooms in a sad way that I don't think many should. But I think the hardest pill to swallow is just accepting that there has been sexual abuse in your family, that there's been pain in your family, and addressing it is the only way to start the step forward. Many of us think of sexual abuse from, the movies where it's a random crazy guy stalking somebody, when in most cases it comes from a family member, someone trusted within your family. They're most likely the one to do this abuse. I think we need to address the rampant sexual abuse in our families before it's too late. I think many of our issues in our society stem from oddness with sexuality. And I feel like we should be able to come to an agreement on certain things, like, hey, the sexual abuse happens in our family is not your fault, and we should talk about that and how to punish it or how to stop it. And I think to even first address what sexual assault is, no one's doing that. I think educating your kids at an early age about their autonomy, about their genitalia, sounds disgusting to many, and I don't blame you. That's your baby. But what's worse is them not understanding what assault is when it may happen to them. How can they point it out if they don't know what it is? It's a hard pill to swallow. But Jesus Christ, guys, but let's just be adults here and let's address the elephant in the room, that our president is a sexual abuser, and we can't even agree on that. This guy, and again. What are you doing, Celeste? There was a image from a hospital where a buff doctor is like fighting the Grim Reaper, and I don't know why that shit just brought me to tears. And I think we are in this forever losing battle against our mortality. We're not going to win. Time is undefeated. Time is the undefeated champ. And what do you do against that? Well, I kind of want to swing back. I want to fight as much as possible. I want to be the meme of Randy Marsh saying, I didn't hear no bell. Like, I want to keep fighting. I'm not going to let time win. I'm not going to go out like a bitch. I'm going to go out swinging. I'm going to fight. I want to go out knowing that, like, when I am grieving, I'm going to keep getting back up. There's a few moments you just kind of want to stay in bed. There's a few moments that you are on the floor just crying and you gotta get up. You just gotta get up. There's no like inspirational fucking quote here. You gotta get the fuck up. It's gonna win. It's gonna win every time if you just stay down there. So at least when you get up, at least you did it on your terms.